Hola mi gente, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Alba Mar, me pueden decir Alba, el canal se llama Seriela, estamos aquí para hablar de libros, algunos de ellos en español desde Puerto Rico. Hello, my name is Alba Mar, you may call me Alba, channel name is Seriela, we're here to talk about books, and some of them in Spanish from Puerto Rico. And we're here today to do the Black History Month tag created, the Black History Month book tag created by Hélène at Books by Leynes. And yeah, and you know I have issues with the phone, so let's get to it really fast. What is a book everyone should read during Black History Month? Give one fiction and one nonfiction title. And at first I was going to select for the nonfiction title, given recent events, I was going to suggest Carole Anderson's intense book on white rage, the unspoken truth of our racial divide. Lots of very important information here and history. But then I finished, I think at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, From Black Lives Matter to Black Liberation by Keeanga-Yamahtta Taylor, which exhibits a clarity of mind that is just exceptional. She gives the Black Lives Matter movement solid historical context and offers a lot of new information for me that left my mouth open. Yeah. And establishes again that difference between mere reform and true change. So I highly recommend From Black Lives Matter to Black Liberation by Keeanga-Yamahtta Taylor. Number 2, and the fiction book. The fiction book that I will put it up here is The Wondrous and Tragic Life, if I'm not mistaken, The Wondrous and Tragic Life of Ivan and Ivana by Maurice Condé. And yes, this was a saga that starts on the island of Guadeloupe and goes from there to Mali, Africa, and from Mali to the suburbs of Paris, and follows the radicalization of the main male twin of this pair, because Ivan and Ivana are twins, and his radicalization into Islam. Here, Maurice Condé has, in Spanish we say volcó. She just drew on all her life experiences, it seems. And to me, it was a very rich tapestry. I would highly recommend it. I loved the book, really. Number 2, which Black booktuber would you recommend watching and why? No, I'm not going there because there's no way I can choose between Dee Dee, musical Tati, Belinda, and Jerry, Justin, Karen and her baby, Peta, Mariana, Kay, Alicia, Diane. No, I'm not going to do it. What I can do is refer you and link below the database, whatever, that Belinda shared once on her video. And I'm sure you can Google other Black booktubers. And I will also link, because in Helene's video announcement for this tag, she also includes other Black booktubers that I wasn't aware of. Yeah, so you can include those also. The next one is, what is your favorite book written by a Black author from an African country? And I was just lucky enough to have finished one recently, like yesterday, last night. And that is House of Stone by Novuyo Rosa Chuma from Zimbabwe. And I will link a 3-minute chat about the book on BBC Africa Book Club, which was aired on April 10th of 2020, which gives a very good overview of the book. It's intense, as one of the participants says. It is intense. An intense look at Rhodesia under colonization, and then the painful transition to Zimbabwe. Yeah. Unforgettable. An unforgettable book. I will reread that one for sure. Definitely. What is your favorite Black classic? That was difficult. I was going to choose The Count of Monte Cristo, which has a very soft spot in my heart. I love that monster of a book. I really loved it. But then, considering, right, that this is Black History Month, mostly in the United States, I wanted to mention Audre Lorde. I consider Audre Lorde's Sister Outsider a classic. And to me, it's significant that she comes from the Caribbean, from Grenada, and she has an international look, an international way of seeing things. Every essay in this book, this is a book of essays and speeches by Audre Lorde, each and every one of them held a gem of knowledge for me. Yeah. So I would recommend Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. Which movie, book-to-movie adaptation or documentary, would you recommend watching during Black History Month? I suggest going through the different videos here on BookTube with the tag, the Black History Month book tag, because I've noticed a lot of wonderful recommendations. But the ones that I'm going to recommend, I'm going to put here, is one that I saw the preview of just yesterday, and I can't wait for it to come out. It's going to be streamed on February 12th on HBO. I just might, do the trial-free month of HBO just to be able to watch this movie, which is Judas and the Black Messiah, about the assassination of Fred Hampton in Chicago. Yeah, the trailer is on Democracy Now!, and I will link that down below. But then there are two others that I had thought of mentioning before I saw the trailer to Judas and the Black Messiah. And one is Get Out, with the actor who also plays Fred Hampton in Judas and the Black Messiah, Daniel Kaluuya. Get Out was, to me, was a very original horror movie. Yes, I would recommend that one. And another movie that I saw I saw both of these movies that I'm going to mention now. I saw them with my daughter. The other one was Sorry to Bother You, which is funny and horrific also. Yeah. Number 6. What's on your TBR for Black History Month? So yeah. For Black History Month, I'm going to start off with Puerto Rican nonfiction. First of all, let me tell you, it was hard. It was not easy to find Puerto Rican Black authors on this shelf, as it's not easy to find Puerto Rican Black authors in the bookstores. Yeah. And I know a lot of people, especially Puerto Ricans, are going to bristle at that comment because we don't want to admit what is right before our eyes, that there are few and far between, and that there's a reason for that. Okay, so let me just leave it there. I'm finally going to read this so that I'll be able to comment on this cover, which is Harriet Tubman, but this is not about Harriet Tubman. But I have to read it first because I haven't had a chance yet, but that's why it's on my TBR. Soy libre, I'm free. Agripina, la esclava rebelde de Ponce, which is about Agripina, the rebel slave of Ponce, Puerto Rico, which is right next door. This is written by Professor Carmelo Rosario Natal, who's retired from the University of Puerto Rico. So I will let you know what's up with that picture of Harriet Tubman there. Another nonfiction book is Down These Mean Streets. I've read this before, but when I was like 20 years old, so yeah, it's about time I read it again. B.D. Thomas, the 30th anniversary edition. Yeah. B.D. Thomas, Down These Mean Streets, which is about Puerto Rican in New York City, growing up in New York City. And then from Puerto Rican fiction, I have the novel by Mayra Santos Febres, Cualquier miércoles soy tuya. Yeah, I'll let you know about this. And then for my pick for English nonfiction, My Mother's Hands, Racialized Trauma and the Pathway to Mending Our Hearts and Bodies by Resmaa Menakem. And then another, because I enjoyed the one that I read so much, I want to read another Marisconde, Segu. This is the one that everybody knows. Segu by Marisconde, which is a novel. I guess it takes place in Guadalupe. Yeah. So, number 7 is, which new releases by Black writers are you looking forward to? I'm going to put it up here because I didn't know that this had come out already, which is the book about Ida B. Wells, written by her great-granddaughter, Michelle Duster. Yeah. So, I'm going to leave it here, people. Take very good care. I don't have to tell you what you have to do to take care. And keep on reading. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Y a mi gente que habla español, cuídense mucho. Sigan leyendo. Los quiero. Adiós.